Hey everybody, Mary Z here once more with more voice hacks. Hi! I have lots of tips and tricks for you for singers and screamers, all genres. Stick with me. Thanks so much for checking out the YouTube channel. I appreciate all the subscribes and everything. Today's topic is about tour preparation and gig preparation, basically. So I am currently in the middle of tour preparation. I'm getting ready to go do a whole bunch of clean singing, actually no screaming for a change, kind of weird, out on a tour with a power metal band called Helion Prime. So if you're watching this after the fact, it's already happened. But if you are watching this in the summer or fall of 2018, this is what I'm doing right now. Here's a few methods I want to share with you about my way of getting ready to do a full tour. One of the methods I have is to practice starting with the last song in your set first. You're going to take several weeks to start getting ready for tour. You don't want to try to get ready for tour a month beforehand. You probably need a good 2 months to start getting ready for tour to do all of this. You're going to need a set list. You need to know exactly what set you're going to play so you can start practicing. And the first thing you want to do is at home, you want to start rehearsing the last song in the set and make sure that it's memorized and rehearsed and ready to go. You want to do that for like a few days. A few days later, maybe 3-4 days later, then add the second to last song and the last song. So do the last 2 songs and do that for a number of days, 3-4 days, then do the last 3 songs, etc., until you've built up to the whole set in reverse. Why in reverse? Well, this is actually a memorization trick I learned in college from memorizing compositions that one of my professors taught me, was to memorize the end of the composition first and memorize it going forward, adding a few measures each time, just the same way that I'm recommending you do this in a broader spectrum with your actual songs. When you do that, you actually become more familiar with the end of the set than the beginning of the set, and you end up being more confident as you get through the set. It doesn't get worse as you're on stage, it actually gets a lot better. Also, for us as vocalists, your physical endurance will be adjusted to the end of the set. So as you're going through the set, your body is becoming a little bit more comfortable with it. Even though it is getting worn out, it really, really helps primarily your endurance and your stamina and your confidence and your familiarity. The other thing you want to make sure to do is practice at home with instrumental tracks and no voice, whether it's yours or someone you're filling in for, whatever it is. You want to practice at home with instrumental tracks. Once you've done the set backwards and you've worked it all the way up to the first song, then you want to start running it in order like you would live, but by yourself without the band when you're at home. So that basically when you get to rehearsal, that it's the same as it was at home. Hopefully your band plays to an even tempo or maybe plays to a click so that it really matches the instrumental. Make sure that the songs you're playing with the band, if they're covers, are in the same key that you've been practicing at home. This has happened to a lot of my students before, where if they're doing covers, they'll find instrumental karaoke versions on YouTube, and they will find that they've actually been practicing a different key than the band. So make sure that whatever instrumentals you're using, if they're originals, obviously you'll have to get them from your bandmates, but make sure if they're covers that you get them from them too, that you actually practice to what they're playing. Even if that's just like kind of a crappy recording that you did on your phone from practice, you need instrumentals to practice to at home. And then you start running the set in order at home with your microphone standing up like you're at the show to try to build stamina. If you've already gone through working the set forward from the last song and you're on to running the set, that's where you really want to start putting a lot of your energy into it. You want to actually practice every single thing, like what you're going to say in between the songs, because your band is going to have songs that play right in one into the other, and then they're going to have ones that there's breaks. And you need to plan out everything what you're going to say so you can tell your drummer, who's going to be cueing everybody, when I'm done saying this, this, and this, then you can start. 'Cause that'll give you a much more professional performance. Nothing's worse than like having a break in between songs and just sort of standing up there like, You want to make sure that you absolutely have some plans about what you're going to say, especially if there's information you want to get in there, like about your website or new album or whatever you want to talk about, the next tour date. You need to plan all of this out, especially if you want to give a good, nice, slick, professional show. So that's my method for starting to memorize and get yourself ready for tour prep. As always, be warming up every day and don't rehearse more than an hour every day. So if it takes you that whole hour to work on one song for when you first start, do that. It might take you, your set may not be an hour, but when you're first going through it and you're first practicing and learning, it might take you an hour to work on one song. Because if you went in the studio, maybe you don't have these songs memorized yet. They might be kind of new. If it's a new record, you're going to have to basically learn them like they're songs you don't know. Then when you get to band practice, if you do all of this, you're going to be very well prepared and the live environment's not going to throw you off. Another thing you can do is use a digital audio workstation, kind of like you can see my headphones behind me here. If you have any recording skills at all, you can run a track and monitor yourself on Pro Tools or GarageBand, add a little reverb. You don't have to be recording yourself, but you can use it to monitor yourself and to listen to yourself while you're rehearsing along with your instrumentals. Practice inside of a DAW so you can monitor yourself and listen to your own voice. That's a little bit bonus if you're a person who can do that. If you're not, you can still do all of this. It just adds a little extra spice if you can. So, and thank you to everybody who's been emailing me about lessons. I give lessons to students all over the world via different video call platforms. So email me at voicehacks@gmail.com if you're interested in Skype lesson rates and scheduling. Thanks everybody for once again joining me here at Voice Hacks. Leave your comments, leave me your questions so that I know what to answer so I can make more videos for you on the topics that you want to know about. So thanks everybody. Have a great day and have a good time singing and screaming.